Hello. I see a lot of new faces. Some of y'all I didn't see the last time I was here. Is that right? Okay, so I'll introduce myself again. My name is Lisa Denice. They call me Lisa D just because it's easier. I work at the San Antonio Food Bank. I'm a nutritionist there. I've been at the food bank since about mid-April, but I've been working in health and fitness for about 20 years. Started out as a personal trainer, added to that nutrition. Wellness kind of came along as a matter of an organic course, and been doing it ever since. And I'm really excited to be here and see if maybe I have something to offer for you guys as well in this wellness program. I'm going to be teaching the classes on nutrition, and Steve and I are going to be, are we going to share the activity portions, or? Well, anyway, we'll team up and we'll do lots of stuff. But for the most part, I'll be your point person in terms of nutrition. We have a really neat curriculum set up that's going to be both easy and interesting. And if it's not, I want you to tell me immediately. Lisa, you're killing me. I can't stay awake. Do we have access to water? This is the point during the day where water becomes really crucial. It's most often the point where you get sleepy. After lunch, around 3 o'clock, comes that, oh my God, how am I going to make it through the rest of the afternoon? It is typically more than lack of sleep, lack of water, lack of hydration. And so if you can, or if we have a source, it'd be good to have that available to you as you start to get sleepy and wilty and all of that stuff as we go through this stuff. So, yeah, you know what I'm talking about, right? Okay. You've got, I think, have we got materials yet? No. So today we're going to talk about something called My New Plate, or ChooseMyPlate.gov. It's the new, it's kind of like the government's replacement of the old food pyramid. Is everybody familiar with the food pyramid? Well, this is the government's new incarnation. It's their new best idea for teaching healthy choices and nutrition. So what I'm giving you is what's called a pretest. And right here it'll say, My New Plate pretest. And there are 3 questions. I want you to do your best to answer those questions before you have any information. At the end, we're going to do the second side. And you're going to see that everything that you didn't or may not have known first time around, you now know. So,
just circle the answer.
Yeah, just circle any, just take a guess. It doesn't matter. You're not going to get graded. You don't have to put your name on it. At the end, though, I am going to take these up and take them with me. What's the recommended size of the plate you should use to eat? Thank you. How much of your plate should be fruits and vegetables? And what are the best grain choices? So, see what you know. Let's see what you know. Okay, everybody done with the pretest?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
All right. So just put that aside for now, and let's check out this My New Plate. All right. So, got this My New Plate. All I did was think about all of the things that I talk about when I talk about My New Plate, and I made some bullets. And they're kind of although we could talk about this for a really long time, they're kind of the most important things that you want to kind of remember about this plate. First of all, when you look at this plate, does anybody notice anything about it that seems different or new, interesting? You got your fruits and vegetables on one side, grains, protein, a dairy portion. Anybody have any comments about that? You never put fruits on your plate when you eat. Okay. Any other comments? I know. It's like, where's the rest of the stuff there? How am I gonna cut this stuff up? What else?
Larger portion of vegetables.
A larger portion of vegetables. Okay. What else? You said you were almost ready to say something.
Protein will be your meat, right?
We're going to talk about that. Protein includes meats. Yes. Anything else?
Portion we should eat, or?
Yeah, those do indicate portion sizes. Yep. You got a larger one here if you want to look at this as well. there's something interesting about, there are 4 different food groups on this plate. What do 3 of those food groups have in common? There are starches in there, but
The grains have starch, but nothing else.
there are 3 of them have something in common.
Vegetables are grown up.
They are vegetables. They are grown, which means they are
Vegetables.
They are healthy, but what else? What else? In a big general sense, they are vegetables, they are grown, they are fruits, they are grown, they are grains, they are grown. What does that make them?
Healthy.
They're plants. They're plants. 3 of the 4 things on your plate are plants. And what we're going to learn about the 4th, the protein, is that that too can be a plant or plant sourced. So, what is that telling us? What is the message here about this plate?
Eat more plants.
Eat more plants. Eat more plants.
Plant more food.
That is like,
Shoot the protein. That's not going to happen.
it doesn't have to happen, but what we're going to find out is that it's possible. If there's anybody here who has ever thought about being vegetarian or vegan for that matter, it is absolutely possible to be both healthy and strong and live a long life and not eat animal products. That is possible. Is it the only way to go? No. But if you're going to eat animal products, and we're going to learn this as well, we're going to learn how to make better choices around what types of animal products to put in our bodies so that we live long, healthy, fruitful lives. So that's the main message about this new plate, and it's something that the U.S. government has never done before, is put out something that tells us eat more plants. 3 things that are plants: fruits, vegetables, and grains. There are 3 things on this plate that are, there's one thing that those 3 things have in common that is probably one of the easiest ways to become healthy. This is a harder question. Does anybody know what those 3 things have in common? What they add to your diet that make it really easy to be healthy?
Fiber.
You know lots. You don't need this class. You're cheating? They have fiber. They have fiber. Exactly. There is 0 fiber in animal products. 0. 0. We cannot find an animal product with fiber in it. Why is fiber important? Keeps your digestive system healthy. What else? Cleanses you. Same thing. Keeps you moving. What else?
Keeps you full.
That's one of the best parts of it. Because if you have a plate that is 3/4 plant-based, if you have a plate that is full of fiber, you're not going to have much room left for a bunch of protein sources, especially not animal products. You're just going to be full. It lowers cholesterol. Certain forms of fiber lower cholesterol. They keep our intestines healthy. They pull out especially that LDL cholesterol. So there's all kinds of health benefits to making our plates like that. Now, how many of us have a plate that looks more like half protein? The protein might be the vegetable portion, and then over here the pasta. I've seen it. I've been in some restaurants where there's no room for anything else except that steak. Or 3 cheese enchiladas. You been to that restaurant? Mm-hmm.
Get that plate.
Usually those kinds of plates, I'm looking at that and I'm thinking in reference to this portion of protein, that's enough for 4 people. 4 people on that one plate. If we're eating with respect to this model. So we're going to learn about all those kind of things. It's a road that you can travel. It's not something that if you're not doing it today that I would expect anybody to make that change tomorrow, unless you're just that kind of personality where, wow, I'm going to get healthy doing this. I'm going to do everything different tomorrow. Some people are like that. Some people get into the drastic change thing. And some people can stick with it. What I notice is that for the most part, for people, it's easier to make more manageable changes, do them over a long term, make them part of your everyday life, and then choose another thing to change. So what we usually do, for example, on your little bullet part here, the new plate, it's a way for you to make healthier food choices, so it's all the reminders. So the aim, in other words, our goal is to increase nutrient-dense plant foods. So we're talking about increasing, all right? Your portion sizes, you don't need a measuring cup. I typically don't, unless you have some issues with blood sugar, if you're diabetic, pre-diabetic, if you're diagnosed with metabolic syndrome, something like that. I don't worry about portion sizes of plants, except for pastas and rices. But fruits and vegetables, make a pile. Eat all you want. I don't think I've ever worried about anybody having too much fruits and vegetables. I'm trying to remember. There was one guy that was kind of a freak about fiber. But other than that, people don't usually overeat their fruits and vegetables. They'll typically overeat pasta, bread, rices. Those plant foods sometimes pose a problem. And then the animal product stuff. So I'm not worried about measuring those things. I do think that we should probably talk about portion sizes pretty in depth about grains and proteins. And then we've got this plan your week. So 3-2-2, and I would even propose 3-2-1 or 2-2-2 and 1. I've got all kinds of numbers to throw at you. 3-2-2 would be lean poultry and meat 3 nights a week. So you choose, there's your 90-10 beef or leaner, white meat chicken, lean pork. And then fish 2 nights a week. And vegetarian 2 nights a week. Don't freak out. It's a goal, it's an aim. I also have another one where I go 2 nights a week. I would eat some red meat, some lean red meat. Another 2 nights a week, I would eat poultry. 2 more nights a week, I would eat fish. And 1 day a week, vegetarian. That would be I think, an easier recommendation. The USDA has got this other 3-2-2 thing going on. But 1 day a week, and we have this whole program called Meatless Monday. That is something that we do as part of a wellness promotion that's not just good for you, but it's good for the environment. It's good for communities. It lowers pollution. It's good for all kinds of different things. So 1 day a week, no meat. Imagine if everybody in this country had 1 day a week with no meat. It used to be Fridays. When I went to school on Fridays at the cafeteria, we had fish. I don't know if they still do that or not. Fish on Fridays, that's the way it was. But if we had Meatless Monday, where we had only vegetarian sources of protein on that 1 day a week, we could make huge impacts on our health, on healthcare costs, on the impact to the environment that it takes to raise animals as food. So you're having impact on carbon emissions, on our carbon footprint, all of that stuff. So this is one way of thinking of it. Lean meat, fish, and then vegetarian 2 nights a week. Or you can go lean meat 2 nights, poultry 2 nights, fish 2 nights, and 1 night vegetarian. It's a goal. It's something you can talk about. We're emphasizing the plant-based diets. Research is showing more and more it's a more nutritious way of eating. Your chances of having a longer life, a longer, healthier life are bigger, longer, better, and it helps us control our weight and risk of chronic disease. Not only does it control risk, but it can actually be a form of treatment for many chronic diseases, especially diabetes, metabolic syndrome, pre-diabetes, coronary artery disease, high blood pressure. High blood pressure can totally be reversed with diet and an active lifestyle.